Hey everybody, I guess it's going to be a follow-up to my last video. Um, everybody preps and prepares differently. You know, some people prep to bug in, some people prep to bug out, some people prep to be in groups, some people prep to be lone wolves. There's no right way or no wrong way to prep as long as you're prepping for survival. I made a statement that I am bugging in, but if anything happens, I'm going to bug out. And that kind of threw some people off. Oh, you're going to die. They brought up 1800s. They brought up all kinds of stuff. I'm not worried. The 1800s reason people died was because they didn't have our modern medicine. My boys are all up to date on their shots. I'm up to date on my shots, tetanus shots and stuff like that. We can spend $150 and order antibiotics, fish antibiotics, to help with everything. If you get bad water, if you get Lyme disease, if you get malaria, if you get a cut and it's infected, we can go to the store and spend $20 and have enough medicine to break a fever, to help a cold, to clean an infection. Back then, those people didn't have that stuff. We can go to Walmart and spend $20 and buy a snake bite kit. We can't get the snake, the anti-venom, but we can get the snake bite kit that helps sucks out the venom, and we can take Benadryl you can buy that for $1 a box at the Dollar Tree, and that'll help you overcome a snake bite. Hopefully. Back then, those people didn't have that. So you can't compare 1800s, the way they were in the 1800s, to survival today. Because we have more, we have better, and we got more knowledge. Then you can take one of these stupid Antifa members, and they know if they have a fever to take Tylenol, and that'll help reduce their fever. Back in the old days, they didn't have Tylenol. Now, and if somebody from Antifa, as stupid as they are, knows how to do it, knows how to take an aspirin or a Tylenol for a fever. Get my point? And you can't carry enough supplies. You can just carry a certain amount of weight, like 50 or 60 pounds. That's BS. Granted, all my, like Aries, my 9-year-old wouldn't be able to carry a lot of weight. My 5-year-old wouldn't be able to carry a lot of weight. But me, Ricky, and Tanya, we could carry. I can carry 90 pounds easy. I done it in the military. That's the weight you carry, 90 pounds on your back. Ricky, he could probably carry 50 pounds. Tanya, about 30, 40 pounds. But that's well over 100 pounds of supply and gear. Plus our 2 carts, which carry over 100 pounds. Plus the garden wagon, that's 300 to 500 pounds. So we're pushing 500 to 800 pounds of supplies and gear. Useful supplies, useful gears, useful items that will prolong your survival. I don't understand why people says it can't be done. I don't believe in the word can't. People who says it can't be done are the people who, number one, never tried it or attempted it and failed. I rely on my skills, my knowledge, my determination, my willpower to adapt, overcome, and completely kick its ass and conquer it. I don't listen to can't. Everybody has the way that, like I said, I am bugging in for the long term, but I will bug out if something happens to put my boy's life in danger, like these gun-grabbing goons get into office and tries to come in and confiscate guns and confiscate supplies from people. I'm not going to get into a firefight with them and take a chance of one of my boys getting shot and killed over a bunch of crap. I'm going to bug out into the, the mountains, the swamps, wherever. Now, people's going to say, oh, everybody's going to be there. Yeah, there'll be a lot of people on the outskirts. That's where everybody will congregate, on the outskirts, because they won't go deep into the mountains because they fear what is out there. They think the boogeyman's out there. Me, I'm going deep in the mountains to get away from people. You can carry bartering items to trade, to help you. You can trade fur. You can trade meat, fish and stuff like that for you. It's trading. It's once you get out away from the idiots, there's going to be other people out there trying to survive, and they're not going to raid and loot you. They're going to trade with you to help work together to live. Now, I've always said bugging out could be a death sentence, and it will be a death sentence for a lot of people, because a lot of those people, they will buy their bug out gear and their gadgets and they won't use it. They'll watch videos or they'll read books, but they never get out and do anything. Their wilderness experience is going to a lake or going on a little nature hike for a couple hours, and that's it. They don't get out and they don't camp out in the weather. I mean, if they camp in this nice weather. They don't camp in the rain. They don't camp in the snow. They don't camp in the cold. They don't camp when ice is everywhere. Everybody has a right to believe the way they want to and prepare the way they want to. But me, when somebody tells me I can't do it, I don't believe a word they say, because I know what I am capable of doing, because I rely on me. I rely on my boys' skill sets. So therefore, I'm confident if something was to happen and we did have to bug out into the deep mountains, we would thrive. We wouldn't be starving to death. We wouldn't be dehydrated. We wouldn't be freezing to death. And we would have enough medical supplies with us in case we got sick, in case we got cut, in case, something like that. So we could doctor ourselves. People can believe what they want to believe. But I know what I can do. I know what I'm capable of. I trained my boys. I taught my boys how to hunt, how to fish, how to trap, how to garden, how to preserve meats and stuff like that. Where to shelter, where not to shelter. Prepping is just not storing back a bunch of food and gear. Prepping to prepare to survive is getting out, knowing skills, knowing how to garden, knowing how to build certain fires, knowing how to live off the land if need be. That's what's the matter with people. People are too attached to their modern technology. Oh, if I don't have a house or apartment, nobody can live like that. They're all going to die. Look at the homeless people. They're doing a lot better than most people who's got $1 million homes and $50,000 and $60,000 vehicles and in debt up to here. They got food, they got water, they got shelter, they got, they know if it's cold, get into where it's warm. They know if it's hot, get into where it's cool. You know, they know how to scavenge stuff to make, people's unwanted stuff. They take it and they make their life better. So it can be done. You know, I don't. 1800s, that's the past. That's history. That's their stupidity because they wasn't smart enough to have modern medical like we do. So I'm not worried about that aspect of survival because we have it here. You know, what I'm worried about is if something happens, if I plan on bugging in, but I'm bugging out when it comes to the point of where my boys' life are in danger from being wildfires, being tornadoes, natural disasters, being from government controlled forces coming in, raiding, taking, looting, killing for other government groups, stuff like that. I'm not putting my boy's life at risk. I don't care what anybody thinks. I know if we had to pack up and we couldn't use this truck right here, all we had to do is carry and pull, I would have 500 to 800 pounds of supply, useful supplies and bartering items, to get us out there to thrive. We would have a good, strong 4-wall with a roof shelter, with a fire inside to cook and to heat on. We would have a garden. We would have a root cellar where I could preserve hang and dry meats and fish and other vegetables. You got to plan the right way and stop thinking, if I don't live in a modern home, I'm going to die. It will suck bugging out. People will die bugging out. Yes, I am not saying they won't. Bugging out is not a Disneyland ride. It's going to be harder than hell. It'll probably be the hardest thing you'll ever do in your life. But if you have the determination, the willpower, the endurance, the mental aspect of, yes, I'm going to conquer it, it's not going to conquer me, then you can do it. And the people who says it can't be done will die off, even if they're bugging out with all their supplies, because they will be shot trying to defend their supplies, or they will be gathered, rounded up, watching their kids die or their grandkids die, and rounded up and thrown into a FEMA camp to be a FEMA camp prison bitch. That's not me, and that's not my boys. That's not going to happen to us. So if I have to leave my preps in order to keep my boys safe and alive, that's a no-brainer. We are capable of doing it. I'll be 49 August 18th. I have been shot. I have been cut. I have been busted up. I've got rods and clamps all in my neck. Shoulder surgery right here. Shoulder wasn't no good and they fixed it. Back surgery. Back broke. Knees gone. Jaws broke. Nose broke. Eyes busted all to hell. I got scars all in my bald head. But I'm used. But I work. With all those injuries, I work. I don't get no government check. I work 10 to 12 hours a day. If I'm not out working, I'm here busting wood, stacking wood, delivering wood. I'm out cutting trees, clearing trees, pulling barbed wire, messing with cattle, carpentry work. I do physical labor. My body's used to it. Now, people who sit in prepping that's got a nice little factory job or an office job or something like that, who don't do physical labor, they're not going to be used to the endurance they're going to have, which they need to start getting out doing on their days off, building their body up, raising their tolerance for uncomfortable stuff and pain. My pain threshold's friggin' sky high. My boys are used to being out in the rain, in the heat, the cold, because we fish, we hunt, we trap, we work. We're in all the weather. Most people aren't. I'm going to rely on my skills, my knowledge, my endurance, my willpower, my mindset to make it, while others say it can't be done and they fail, even bugging in. Me and mine is going to thrive and survive if we have to bug out. You know, I'm preparing to bug in, but I'm planning to bug out if need be to keep my boys safe. That's why I said I'm rethinking, readjusting my preparedness plan, because I want it both ways. I want to make it bugging in and I want to make it bugging out. I will, either way I will make it, either by bugging in or by bugging out. I will thrive, because failure is not an option for me. You only fail when you don't try, or you say, I can't do it, or it can't be done. That's bullshit. That's a cop-out. It can be done. If you want it to be done, it can be done. You know, but like I said, to each their own in the way you believe. You can just carry so much. You can believe that you're going to die like the 1800s, but that's history. You can carry more than 50 or 60 pounds on your back. You got more medical knowledge now and treatments now than they ever did back then. So it's comparing apples to oranges in my book. It don't make sense. It's totally different. But everybody has a right to believe the way they want to. I have the right to believe bugging in, I'm going to make it, or if I have to bug out, we're going to make it, because I'm not one of these ones that follows the crowd. I'm not one of these ones that, okay, this person says it can't be done, I guess it just can't be done. Bullshit. I'm going to show them it can. I can do it. They might not be able to do it, but I'm going to be able to do it. I'm in better shape than most 20, 30-year-olds. I have a very big, I'm an asshole in the fact that I don't let others influence me on how I think, how I act, what I do. I do for myself. If I think it can be done, it can be done. I go out and I do it. I practice. I hone my skills. I teach my boys. My 9-year-old, if we bugged out and I had to stay at the camp for a reason, I could give Aries the traps and the snares. Say, Aries, go set them. He will go set them, and I guarantee you he would catch something. I can give Ricky the rifle, the shotgun, or the bow and say, go hunt. And I guarantee you he would bring something back, because I teach them the skills. Or I give them both the fishing poles or fishing nets or trout lines or whatever, and they go set up. I guarantee you they'll bring food back, because that's how I've taught them. You have to teach yourself, and you have to teach others in order to survive. You can't be dependent on your food storage, your preps in a shit hit the fan situation, because anything could happen. You can lose them. They can be taken away. They can be burnt down. You can watch your family get killed because your preps are more important than your family, and that's not me. My family's more important than my preps. I can make it out away from here. If we have to bug out, I can make it just as good as I can bugging in. People is just, I don't know. I mean, like I said, if you want to bug in, bug in. If you want to bug out, bug out. If you want to be in a group, be in a group. If you want to be a lone wolf, be in a lone wolf. But whichever one you do, leave your options open. Because a closed-minded person is going to stay closed-minded in a box. Somebody who has alternative thinking is going to find alternative ways of surviving. That's the reason I prep, is for my boys. It's not because of me. It's for my boys to ensure if anything does happen one day, they will be taken care of. They will be fed. They will be warm. They have the knowledge of, everything I know. Hopefully nothing will ever happen and my boys go to college or they get a good job where they don't have to worry about it. But the reason I prep is for my boys. It's not for me. It's not for Tanya. It's for my boys. And I will do anything, bugging in or bugging out, to make sure my boys are taken care of. They're protected. They're safe. They're fed. They're clothed. They're warm. They're hydrated. So that's my reason for, if I had to bug out, why I would bug out for my boys, to keep them safe. Anything, I said it before, anything could happen. You're going to lose your preps. You're going to lose your home. Anything could happen. And I said it before, bugging out could be a suicide mission for the unprepared. It's not going to be, you're not going to be able to walk into the deserts or the mountains or the forest or the swamps and just set up camp and say, okay, I'm here, everything's fine and dandy. No, it's going to be a lot of ass-breaking hard work, and you're going to be exhausted. But you're going to be alive. You're not going to be locked up in a FEMA camp. You're not going to be crying over a grave of somebody that you lost because you bugged in when you should have bugged out. That's my point. So everybody, like I said, has the right to believe the way they want to believe, prepare the way they want to prepare. That's fine. I believe and prepare the way best fits me to keep my boys protected. And that's the way I'm going to do it. If somebody else says it can't be done, then they can't do it. That's their problem. It's not me. Can't. I don't believe in can't. I teach that to the boys. You do it to the best of your ability and be satisfied with it. Can't never did nothing but sat in a corner with his thumb up his ass crying. That's a can't. That's not us. But anyway, guys, I'm going to get off of here. But that's my reason for bugging out. If I had to bug out, I plan on bugging in, but I'm keeping bugging out a very good option as well. And I will carry enough supplies, more than 60 pounds or 50 pounds or 40 pounds or whatever pounds. I'm going to go, family of 5, when we pull out of here, we're going to have 500 to 800 pounds behind us, on us, and pulling. And it can be done. If you want it to be done, if you have the willpower for it to be done, and you have the mindset for it to be done, it can be done. All right. See you guys.